Hi guys, it's me, Brandon Johnson, and today I'm going to take you for a ride on a 2005 Sea Ray 240 Sundeck. You're watching this video on my YouTube channel, which is Used Boats TV. I sell boats at Heartland Marine. I make three styles really. I do some educational videos, I show boats that I have for sale, then I make videos like this, where I've sold a boat, and I'm going to show you how to use it.
What it really means to live life golden. Oh, golden, baby girl, golden. They're about to see it shine.
Okay, we're going to go over a few basics on how to connect your boat trailer to your truck. So your jack's right here. When you go this way, it goes down. When you go this way, it goes up. So clockwise up, counterclockwise down. Now, this is a 2-inch ball on the trailer, 2-inch ball on the truck, which fits into a 2-inch coupler. It's got a 5-pin flat for the lights. Okay, typically your cars are going to have a 4-pin round or a 7-pin round. This great big round one here. This 5th pin right here releases the brakes in reverse. This specific trailer also has a reverse pin, so you can stick this in here, pull forward naturally. This will slide out, the coupler will slide out of the hitch, this will lock it so this can't slide back and apply brakes. Okay? But you want the ball towards the front of the hitch here. Okay? If you get the ball too far under, there's a lock underneath here that does this. So it'll actually lock before it's on the ball. You don't want that. So you just get it towards the front. Go ahead and crank it down, and it'll slip right on there. Once your wheel's off the ground, go ahead, lock it down. So this trailer's got a lock for this. This will lock it onto the ball. So this plugs in right here, like so. Take your safety chains here, or wherever you can hook it up on your vehicle, and then plug your lights in. Try to do this to where they don't drag the ground. Okay, so if you got to loop it around, just go ahead and do that. It's hard to do from this side. And then you'll plug this in all the way, maybe like so. Okay, this right here is a safety rip cord for the braking system. Heaven forbid this trailer was to come flying off your vehicle. This will rip, release, lock the brakes up. Okay, so we're going to put this somewhere right here. Now, make sure this is all the way off the ground so you don't drag it going down the road. That's all the way up. Now if you're going through like some real hilly places, you can go ahead and take this wheel off. This pin just comes off and the wheel falls off right here. This just pops off, slide it out, this will drop down. That'll stop you from catching that on the ground. So once this is all hooked up, you're ready to go to the water. While towing your boat, just remember that it's behind you. It's going to follow wherever you go. The only thing to keep in mind is when you're making turns, allow for the length of the boat. So you may have to make wide turns. So the first thing we do before we put the boat in the water is we put our plug in. On this specific boat, the plug's built in. Not really built in, it's attached. So we come back here underneath the outdrive. Why this is attached is because there's a line to drain the engine oil out of it. Now we've had a lot of rain, so you'll see water coming out now, but When I'm towing it down the road, normally I stick it up in between these two braided lines. But before you put it in the water, you just put it in there hand tight. Feed it back in. If you're going to leave it in the water for the weekend, I'd recommend using a wrench and just giving it, 360-degree turn. Don't over tighten it though, because what holds the housing in is just 3 bolts. So if you He-man this back in there, it's actually going to stretch, crack the fiberglass back here, and we don't want that. So we put it in before we put the boat in the water. Take it out when we get it out of the water. Billy's going to back me in. You back the boat in the water until you see the rear end float. You'll visually be able to see in the rear view mirror that the rear end of the boat will just bloop, float right up. Once the rear end floats, that's deep enough. One of these days, Bill. Just kidding. Take your time backing it in. Take your time. Sound of the waves hitting the shore are going to put me to sleep. It's like white noise from a 2-year-old. So let's watch this rear end. Float. See it kind of come up there? Right there. That's good enough. Once you got your boat in the water and you got it started, you'll release it from the trailer. You want to talk, Bill? So you pull this lever back to release it. Go ahead and loosen that. Take the hook off and the safety chain. Okay, once you got your boat in the water, just review a few things. Put your plug in before you put it in the water. You unhook it from the trailer once it's in the water. Quick thing, it's got to be in the water to run. It uses water to keep the motor cool, so don't start it if it's not in the water. Okay? Once you get in the water, come back here underneath the port side aft corner seat. Just lift this up, pull it right out. It's got dual batteries with a switch. Okay? The switch is up underneath here. The switch that's up underneath here says both at the top. There's a pointer, okay? Then it says 1, then it says 2, then it says off. When we go boating, we turn it to both. The alternator from the engine is going to charge all those batteries. If we're going to stop and cove out, open the top like this, turn on some tunes, listen to the radio, switch that to 1 or 2. That way our jams, our tunes are isolated to a single battery. The boat, only needs a battery to start. So by isolating it, we've isolated one fully charged battery to start the boat with. When we're done boating for the day, shut the battery switch off. Okay? So once our batteries are on, come up to the helm. Because if you don't do that, you'll be like this guy. His boat's just clicking, his batteries are dead. Don't be that guy. Click, 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 click. Now, a few things that the boat won't start. If it's in gear, turn the key, nothing happens whatsoever. If you turn the key, nothing happens whatsoever, and it's in neutral, check to make sure your batteries are on. If you turn the key and it just turns over and won't fire, check this, the kill switch. The number one reason why people call me after the sale, their boats won't start. Drives me nuts. Just kidding. I love all my customers. Otherwise, this is multi-port injected amazingness, so you don't have to choke it and prime it. You just turn the button, turn the key, an alarm sounds, that means, hey, we're starting the boat. Fires right up. red. Alright? To shift, just push the little button in, just like so. Now, when you take the boat off the trailer, you will have trimmed the outdrive up. I'll get to that towards the end. When you get the boat off the trailer, trim it down all the way. Let me trim up just to show you. So right here, there's a little gauge that shows up. So you go all the way down. That takes the outdrive, which holds the propellers and puts it all the way down, giving us the best maneuverability, puts the boat on plane. I'm going to explain more of that here in a minute. But shifting's real smooth. Engage, push the button in. There's a definitive catch for forward. Idle forward. Your throttle range is beyond that. You don't have to touch it again to go into neutral, just to engage in gear. Reverse, right there. Definitive catch for reverse, throttle range beyond that. Never, ever, 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 ever go from one gear to the next without stopping in neutral. Okay? So going into forward. Now, I've had a lot of people that are excited to drive. As they accelerate, they hold their thumb on the trim up button. Outdrive comes out of the water. Whoa! Boat's not going anywhere. Sounds mean, though. So you have tilt wheels, so you can kind of set this wherever you want it. Buttons and switches. Let's run through these. Horn. That's loud. Wiper. There. Now, these are made for a splash, not a rainstorm. The only thing that holds it in is this little bitty screw. So if we're using that a lot, tighten the little bitty screw. Bilge pump's automatic. It kicks out water from the engine compartment. Blower. Could you hear that? I can definitely hear it. That ventilates the engine compartment. Now, since this is multi-port injected, I know you can't smell on the video, but you can see. Show them there's no smoke. No smoke! I do use my blower after I get gas. I drive around for a little while, blow it all out. Just gets the fumes out. You have stereo remotes right here. So you can dance a little bit. No more dancing. Okay? Trim tabs. Those are the flappers on the outer sides of the boat. We'll get to that towards the end. Accessory, God knows, maybe some funky light. Won't know till night. Water pump. That turns on the water for the pressurized sprayers, okay? Now, it's empty. There's nothing in it. A lot of people never use these because if that water sits in there for more than a week, it smells like sewage. So if you do plan on using the water system, let me know. Otherwise, you just turn this on, you're going to hear gurg, 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 gurg. It's going to build up pressure to all the systems. Navigation lights. That's if you're driving at nighttime. That's the red and green built up front. And then the white light, which is built in on top. If you're stopped at night, that's the anchor light. Just this one. You don't have to turn these both on. Because if it wasn't so damn sunny, you would see that these both light up when you hit this button. Okay, do you see it? These light up when they're on. The ends of them. Cockpit lights is right here. They're back here. There's another one up there in front of the cup holder. I know it works because I played it from a while ago. Okay. Let's run through our gauges real quick. This is the Speedo. This is a 4-in-1 gauge. That's why it's clean. Wait for it to focus. There you go. Fuel. Tilt and trim. Engine temp. Oil pressure. Tachometer. Depth finder. I know how accurate these are because it's roughly 50 feet at the no-wake buoys. And we've had a lot of rain, so the lake's up. Now, by hitting this button, it'll tell you all sorts of stuff like water temperature. The batteries are okay. Voltage. Tilt and trim. So that's the outdrive going up, going back down. Fuel percentage. Engine temp. Oil pressure. Tack. Water pressure. We're going slow. Hours. Only 195. Most people just leave this on depth. Okay? Now, what I'm going to do is take the camera from Billy in just a minute, and my intention is to run the boat full speed, wide open, trimmed down. I'm going to put a video in the description below this video. If you click, it'll have a box, and in the box I'm going to have 3 links. A link on how to operate tilt and trim, a link on how to dock boats, as well as a link on what to do when your boat won't start. Okay? So be sure to check those out if you have any questions. It's good to be informed. So I'm going to run the boat full speed, trim down, then I'm going to trim up to show you how the boat releases. Mainly to show you via video that the boat doesn't lag down. You got to put it under a load. You got to drive it hard. I'm not driving it hard to show you, man, this thing's super duper fast. but to show you the motor's strong, that it feels tight. Okay? This is a self-planing hull. CRA 240 Sundecks have 3-degree bow rise, meaning the bow's always going to be nice and flat, so there's really no trick to making it plane, no trick to driving it. Okay? So I'm going to take this from him, hammer down.
Edges are kind of hard to see.
Oh, I know, because it's so sunny.
Yeah, I'll be back here.
Okay. They all work, though. So now, I'm going to try to show the gauges. But I also want to show you how smooth the boat planes. I mean, it's on plane the whole entire time. So right here is 30 miles an hour. Okay? About 3,800 RPM. So let's go all the way down. That's trimmed down. See my outdrive's trimmed down? See what our speed is? Still climbing. Run strong, stop bogging out. About 4,600 RPM. Now let's trim up. Let the boat release. 1, 2. That's how many times I'm clicking the trim. 1, 2. Now I'm running 45. 45 mile an hour, just flying, motor strong, runs great. Not hitting, missing, spitting, sputtering. Runs like a striped ass. 8. No sound from my bimini, no vibrations. So, slow back down here. People will say, hold on, Bill. People will say, how fast do I need to slow down to turn it? It don't matter. This baby turns great. Whip right back around, trim back down, hammer down. Cuts nice and tight on the turns. Boat runs flawlessly. Okay, now, show you a few more things. So tilt and trim, that's the outdrive that has the propellers right here, okay? The trim tabs are the 2 flappy jobs that are on the side of the boat back there. Okay, this will raise the boat up and down. This will raise it and lower it laterally. So it'll push the nose down on this side, it'll push the nose down on this side. Our lake's a flooded river, so right now there's not much going on. But this weekend, I promise you the waves will be out of control because of the huge boats like that 52-foot Sea Ray Sundancer over there. So when that happens, I run the boat about 20 to 25 mile an hour and I just put these tabs down, okay, all the way. So about 10 seconds, a quick 10 is how long it'll take them to go from all the way up to all the way down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. To bring them back up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very important to remember. If you have a bunch of people sitting on one side of the boat or the other side of the boat and it's leaning that way like I'm rocking, just a couple clicks, 1, 2. Then just watch your nose, see if it gets level, okay? I'm going to show you what I mean and take off here in a minute. But let's explain this now while it's quiet, okay? So this will bring the other, bring the other side down here. Now let's say a big heavy person moves over here. It's going to make the whole boat go completely crooked. And it's okay. Just remember, about 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Brings them up all the way out of the water. Now, only set those when we're going on a straight line. So I don't know if you can see the big high-rise up there. Condos. I got Zoom to work, Bill. Right there. I'm going to drive the boat straight at that. Oh, it doesn't like to work. You're right. Okay, so I'm going to drive straight at that and show you that the tabs work. Now, I'm not going to touch the wheel, but to show you, That's one side. You see the boat turning away from where I'm going towards shore. That's how you know one side works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Straighten her back out. Okay, pointing at that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now the boat's starting to turn the other way. That's how you know they work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Brings them all the way back up out of the water. So that's how you operate your trim tabs. Any part of the process that could be a struggle for some people, it's putting the boat on the trailer. Taking off the trailer is easy. So my intention now is to show you how to put it on the trailer. See, the number one thing people do wrong is they get the trailer too deep in the water. You want to be able to see, a bass just hit top water right there. You want to be able to see the front of the guides up out of the water so that you can drive onto the trailer. You gotta think, the boat's floating on top. If the trailer's way down the water, you'll never know where you're going. So I'm gonna try to stop this, turn it around, and show you what I'm talking about. Okay, so before you put it on the trailer, remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, tab up, trim down. That's when we have the best maneuverability, okay? See our trim's all the way down. Now, see how I can see the board standing up out of the water? It's exactly what I want it to be. See, the trailer is made specifically and only for this boat, so it's going to be hard to not get it on here correctly. So, I go in gear and out of gear. I don't steer in gear or out of gear. In gear, out of gear, slow and steady. As long as you can get the boat somewhat centered, there's nowhere for it to go but the right spot. Okay? So now, once you got it on the trailer, there's nothing herky-jerky. You see a lot of people going, whoa, whoa, whoa. Don't do that. Slow, steady, applied pressure. Okay? You want it nice and centered. Steady, applied pressure. Okay, once you know you're up there good, come back on the throttle to neutral, trim it all the way up. Something to remember. People call me when they're putting their boats on the trailer, freaking out because their trim's not working. When this is off, the gauges fall down. So the trim works just fine, as long as the batteries are on. So down, I hope you can hear that, up, but the gauge reads nothing. This will actually make a definitive sound when it's all the way up. So then, just make sure you take your battery, or take your plug out, underneath the outdrive, turn your battery switch off. Right here. There you go, just like that. And you're ready to get yanked out of the water.
Then once you do, when it's on the trailer, is you reach around here, get the hook. May have to loosen it up just a little. Get the hook. Bring it on through. Throw the lever forwards and crank it in. So it gets nice and tight. Now you're good to go.
Alright, taking a look at the inside condition. I'm on the great big extended swim platform. Your ladder's right here in the middle. It's a G.G. Schmidt industrial ladder. This is a place to put a flagpole or a fishing pole. So normally when you tow them down the road, you don't leave the bimini up, but we were just going about 2 miles and we never went fast. So that's why I left it up. And I'm Irish, so I don't tan real well. Just super red. Vinyl's in exceptionally nice condition. Stay to the port side. This new flooring just really made the boat scream, hey, I'm amazing. Port side captain's chair flips up. So you can sit up tall. Got a grab handle and a couple cup holders here. Another beautiful thing about Sea Ray 240 Sundeck's one-piece tempered windshield. Just like this, so there's no breaks in it. Inside the head, this is a pump out toilet. So what that means is anywhere you get gas on the water, they'll pump this out for free, at least here locally. If not, you take the hoses off the back there. The lid lifts off. There's two clips on each side right here and then on the other side as well. And the lid lifts off, and then you can take the bottom and go dump it somewhere. So there's straps in here because this has a full cover and a mirror to see how cute you are. Lift up on that and it latches right in. So right here we have the wind block door. This will block the wind if it's cool or cold or windy. You can shut the window. Latch these down like so. In here we have our CD player. I threw some life jackets in. There was a ski mirror in the boat already. The factory coolers right there. Someone has actually added a thing to plug your phone in for the stereo system. There's an amplifier in there as well. Coming up into the bow. Stay on the port side. Vinyl's great. The storage underneath the seats. This does have bow filler cushions also. So there's plates, and the plates are going to sit on the track right here and go around. Then the cushion just folds out and goes on top of them. So it makes this into a big lounge. Come up front, you have a anchor washer. This comes out. You have an anchor locker. Always make sure you get this shut well before you go putting it into the water or driving down the lake. Because see how this hinges towards me? But so we got an anchor and a boarding ladder up there. So how do you know it's shut right? That's shut wrong, but see, watch. So when you twist this, it's spring loaded, so it's more flush on top. Okay. Now going to the starboard side. Vinyl's great. Ski storage in the floor. Threw some life jackets in here. Starboard side captain's seat. The flip up bolster. Looking at the helm here. It's in great shape. Sea Ray is owned by Brunswick, which also owns Mercury Mercruiser. That's why Sea Ray is such an elite brand. It's such an elite brand that anything Mercury Mercruiser comes with out west, Sea Ray gets first, and it's not even available to other companies such as Smartcraft, which is a digital gauge we'll run through. But the reason for this whole little story here is Brunswick went to their own gauges, these seal gauges. So it's very common to have just little cracks in these. This has none, which is why I'm bringing it up. But those are in nice shape. Okay, right here's your sink. And then there's two tables and a trash can. This little board here will blow out when you're towing down the road. But it makes a solid countertop like so. This little door here will shut to keep the kids and critters out. Okay. Taking a look at the ski storage. Threw a bunch of rope in here. Paddles and then cover poles because it's got a full mooring cover. Just like this. This one's flush. That's how you know it's shut. Take a look at the engine. 350 mag MPI, 300 horse with the Bravo 3 drive. It's got the automatic fire suppression system, dual batteries with a switch, and a built-in charger. More storage underneath this seat. Place to put your lines. Okay, to open the big bimini top, there's a boot on it that says Sea Ray. It'll zip around this. So you just fold these in no order. It's what they call a 4 bow, meaning 1 bow, 2, 3, and then 4. So you just fold them in order to put it down. Fold that, this, and the next one. When you're ready to open it, unzip the boot, pull these straps forward, 1, 2, clip them into place right here and right here. Notice how I gave them a few twists just to create a small spiral. That's so that the wind doesn't catch that flat area and go vrrr. So I just give them a little bit of a spiral. If you need to tighten them, you can make that adjustment here so that I'm not twisting them to keep them tight. A unique feature with the Sea Ray 240 Sundecks, you maintain a full cockpit bimini top with the wake tower. So you see how I got that open? Usually you sacrifice a lot of shade to get this cool tower. These speakers sound great, by the way. This also has the racks on the side, so you can put your wakeboards in them. So they're in there, trying some shower. Let's go ahead and jump down. I take my shoes off. I'm going to put my shoes down, shoes back on, and jump down to the outside. Let's do an exterior walk around, checking out the condition. Gel coat's in beautiful shape. It's nice and shiny. People got loud trucks. That's just a nick in the graphic, not the fiberglass. Trailer's in great shape. Right here's where you plug your charger in for the batteries. God, that's so annoying. Had all the little scratches fixed up around the front. So all you see is what we call a ghost line, which is just like a slight little spot where there was once a scratch. The hull's in beautiful shape. This is the port side. Roller's nice. You got a good strap on it and a safety chain. Come around to the starboard side. Take a look at the hull. Okay, sorry, I had to restart. The guy was annoying the piss out of me. Back to the starboard side, gel coat's nice. There is a crack in this plexiglass window, which this window goes nowhere, it doesn't even open. No big deal. The only thing bad I can say with Sea Ray is, it's a good thing too. They use very heavy gel coat. And that's why the boats stay so shiny. Like your cheap boats, if you wet sand and polish them a few times, you'll actually run out of colored gel coat. Sea Ray uses a very hard gel coat. They actually make their own gel coat. So because of that, since it's so thick, every once in a while you'll find a stress crack here and there, which is just simply a crack in the paint. It's not in the fiberglass. It's not structural. You'll see a couple like around the windshield, maybe a couple screws that didn't get put in with a nice beveled edge from when it was new. So as long as you're aware of that, there's nothing bad to say. Let's go to the showing you real quick right here so that you know you didn't do that. There's a little ding in the trailer there, a little ding right there, but that's it. Let me check the other side. Being a little more thorough because they're working on the boat ramp here and I'm waiting for them to get out of our way. No, this fender's great. Nothing wrong there. I'm going to show you some stuff. Left blinker, right blinker, brake lights, good to go. So now remember, take the trailer off the truck once you get it to where you're going. Everything I taught you to start the video, we're just going to do in reverse. So the boat's awesome. I really appreciate the opportunity to help you. Enjoy.
Models popping bottles.